Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Dynamite channel of Wrestling Results here in this channel. So we have AEW Dynamite Results for March 9th, 2022. We have a full results for you guys, and was it awesome? I got to witness some things that had happened during the show, especially before I got ready to go to work. And so one part that you guys need to stay tuned. So let's get into this reaction, shall we? This contains spoilers or results, sorry. Today's episode of AEW Dynamite was broadcast live from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Jim Ross were the broadcast team for tonight's event. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. The influencer, Chris Jericho, addresses Eddie Kingston after Jericho's loss to the Mad King at this past weekend's Revolution pay-per-view. Jericho says, last Sunday at Revolution was literally one of the greatest nights of my career. And even though I lost to Eddie Kingston by tapping out to the stretch poem, it was still one of the greatest matches of my career and may be my best in AEW. And I want to thank Eddie because he brought something out of Chris Jericho that I didn't think was still there. After he beat me, I didn't live up to my word, and I refused to shake his hand. I was frustrated. I wanted to shake his hand, and I need to make it up to Eddie Kingston, sorry. He beat me, and he's got my respect, and I want to pay my debt to Eddie Kingston. I want to apologize to him face to face. So if you're back there, please come out, Eddie, so I can shake your hand. Eddie Kingston's music hits and comes out to the ring. Kingston says, look, Chris, we're gonna get real deep, folks. This Friday night, before the biggest night of my career, I didn't want to show up. I wanted to go out and drink because, Chris, you got in my mind. I've lost to Punk, Mox, and Miro. I've always lost the big one. You know what gave me the courage? When I had 4 separate people come up to me at the Fan Fest who said they didn't end themselves because they read my piece in the player's turban. After I cried in my hotel room because I wanted to make those people proud. For those people at the Fan Fest, I hope I did you proud. See, Chris, that handshake wasn't for me. That handshake was for you. What are you missing inside yourself that made you not shake my hand? That sounds like a Chris Jericho problem. You know what, Chris? No matter what anyone says in the back and on Twitter, you proved everyone wrong because you are still number one. But is that enough to fill the hole in your chest? That's a question you gotta answer, partner. Chris Jericho says, Eddie, everything you said is right. Eddie Kingston, I respect you. I thank you for giving me one of the best matches of my career. I'd be honored if you please forgot about all that other stuff and shook my hand. Kingston accepted Jericho's handshake. 2.0 and Daniel Garcia stormed out to the ring. They swarmed Kingston and Jericho. Santana and Ortiz sprinted to the ring to even up the odds. Ortiz gave Jericho the baseball bat. Santana was holding up Garcia, and Jericho swung the bat at Santana instead. Well then, Jake Hager came out and attacked Ortiz. What a betrayal we have just witnessed, said Excalibur. Jericho, Garcia, Hager, and 2.0 attacked Eddie Kingston next. Jericho hit Kingston in the head with the handle of the baseball bat. Lee and Parker of 2.0 grabbed a table and set it up at ringside. Hager hoisted up Kingston and powerbombed him off the ring apron and sent him crashing through the timekeeper's table below. This is the Jericho Appreciation Society, and that's entertainment, laughed Jericho as his new crew flipped off the audience. AEW World Championship match. Champ Hangman Adam Page versus Top Flight's Dante Martin. Dante Martin, somebody with the world at his fingertips. We have seen so much growth from him in the past 12 months. And now he is the youngest challenger for the AEW World Championship, said Excalibur. They began with a handshake. They quickly locked up and Page took down Dante with a shoulder tackle. Dante fired back with a dropkick to Page's mouth. Dante has earned this match, said Jim Ross. Dante hit a springboard press off the ropes, but Hangman held on and used a fall-away slam on Dante. Hangman hurled himself over the top rope with a body press to Dante Martin on the arena floor. Back in the ring, Dante flipped over Page's back. Dante smashed into Page with pinpoint accuracy with a moonsault to the outside. Dante jumped off the top rope, but Page countered with a sit-down powerbomb for a near fall. That quickly, the champion has gained the advantage in the momentum, said Jim Ross. After a beautiful exchange of high-flying moves and counters, Page found his mark with the buckshot lariat and pinned Dante Martin. Page was able to match Dante step for step, and that buckshot lariat ended the night for Dante, and Hangman Page remains the AEW World Champion, said Excalibur. Tony Schiavone joined Hangman Adam Page in the ring, interviewed the champ. Page says, Dante, get your ass back in here real quick. Last year, you got put in a tough position. Your brother got hurt, and you had to enter into singles competition. And you managed to make it all the way to a world championship match. And you should make it back here. I'd love to do it again. Adam Cole, baby, walked onto the ramp with a microphone. Cole says, you're not untouchable. At Revolution, we went to a war, and you threw everything you had at me. You got a fluke victory. The next time we meet, you won't get lucky again. So next week on Dynamite, I'm challenging you to a 6-man tag team match. You can choose any 2 goons you want. And I'm going to choose 2 guys of mine who know you better than you know yourself. And they're my friends. Meaning as the Young Bucks. Your days as AEW World Champion are numbered. I will not stop until I get what I want. I will not stop until I get what I deserve. I will not until I hear the words, and new AEW World Champion Adam Cole, baby. American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and Jon Moxley with William Regal versus the Horsemen, JD Drake and Anthony Henry. Bryan and Jon Moxley charged at the Horsemen. Moxley ducked a back fist from Drake and dumped Drake with a backdrop suplex. Bryan tagged in and blasted JD Drake with roundhouse kicks. Henry tagged in and hit Bryan with some heavy shots. Bryan turned Henry inside out with a knee and then tagged in Moxley. Jon Moxley took the attack to Henry in the corner, and then Bryan tagged in. Bryan continued to pick apart Henry. Anthony Henry is getting assaulted, said Jim Ross. Moxley got caught off guard with a boot and then a drop kick off the top rope, off the top from Henry. Drake tagged in and nailed Moxley with a chop. Moxley retaliated with a slap to Drake's face and then a lariat. Moxley planted Henry with a paradigm shift outside the ring. Danielson kicked JD Drake's head and then forced Drake to tap out after the American Dragon applied the label lock. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview the team after the match. William Regal says, "Tony, it's been 29 years since we stepped in the ring together. My time is flying by. I'm 53 years old. I've lived more than a hard life, with battles with self and battles in the ring. Too many broken bottles and a few broken hearts. What I'm out here to do with these incredible gentlemen here, well, it's the first time that I actually got to thank you, Tony, on camera, because 29 years ago when I got here, you were someone that really helped me out. But enough with being a nice guy. Time is ticking by, and for 2 months, I totally checked out this industry. And then somebody told me that my friend Bryan Danielson mentioned me on AEW Dynamite. And then I had to go and watch, and then I found out my great friend here of 21 years, Bryan Danielson, was going to go and fight Jon Moxley. Many of you might only know me because Bryan Danielson always mentioned my name wherever he was, whether it was in Ring of Honor or here. And the first thing I'll do is sit down and make a better wrestler if someone is willing to put the work in. Bryan Danielson is the perfect wrestler. You became everything that I could never be because you don't have the problems that I have. Then 11 years ago, I met Jon Moxley. And for a whole year of the physiological and physical problems that we put upon each other, we'd make the devil cry. And then I heard you two were going to knock the stuffing out of each other. And then I thought, what better than to have these two perfect wrestlers to teach the next generation? So just a warning to every person that steps in the ring with them. You will not like the outcome. You'll either step up or you'll get stepped on. Pac with Penta Oscar and Alex Abartes versus Wheeler Yuta with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, Trent, and Don Hassan. Yuta drilled Pac with a drop kick. Yuta turned Pac inside out with a release German suplex. Pac reversed Yuta into the corner. Wheeler Yuta jumped off the top rope with a high crossbody for a near fall on Pac. Pac retaliated with a roundhouse kick. Pac picked up Yuta with a deadlift, then German suplexed him. Pac plowed Yuta into the mat with an avalanche brainbuster. Pac locked on the brutalizer, and Wheeler Yuta tapped out. Adam Cole was backstage with Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. Cole says, "Guys, please stop arguing for 1 second because we're going to change things up next week." Adam Cole, "I have the perfect guys for next week against you. These two guys live in your head rent free." Matt Jackson says, "I told you if it's against Page, count us out." Cole says, "I wasn't going to pick you, Matt. I'm picking Red Dragon." FTR were backstage to get interviewed by Alex Marves. Tully Blanchard said that AEW is about FTR winning the championship in the second time. Cash Wheeler grabbed Tully by the lapels and said this was about family. "You're fired," said Cash. Emergency board meeting. So here we go. This is where we want to talk about. Emergency board meeting of the AHFO. Big Money Matt Hardy, The Butcher, The Blade, Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and Andrade El Idolo with Jose the assistant were present. Andrade El Idolo said they needed to take a vote. Andrade gave Hardy the thumbs down to vote Hardy. Jose gave the thumbs down. Private Party gave the thumbs up. And then when Hardy turned his back, Private Party turned their thumbs down. In this business, you always need someone to watch your back, said Andrade El Idolo. Matt Hardy turned around to look at Private Party, and Andrade blindsided Matt Hardy. Private Party started to stomp on Matt Hardy. Butcher and the Blade continued to beat down Matt Hardy. Fans were hoping for Jeff Hardy, but Darby Allin and Sting walked down to the ring to even up the odds. But the odds are still not good for Darby and Sting, said Jim Ross. Darby and Sting charged right in to help Matt Hardy. The numbers game is going to catch up with Sting and Darby Allin, it would appear, added Jim Ross. Here we go. Jeff Hardy's music hits. Jeff Hardy comes to his brother's aid. Jeff Hardy has arrived in All Elite Wrestling, said Excalibur. Jeff Hardy dropped the swanton on Blade. Darby Allin looks as shocked as everyone as Matt Hardy did a twist of fate on one of the wrestlers, I think the Blade. Tony Schiavone was backstage to interview Swerve Strickland. Tony Nese interrupted. Okay, so before we move on, Matt and Jeff Hardy hugged, and real big hug, and so on. But Tony Nese interrupted the interview backstage and challenged Swerve to a match at Rampage this Friday. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview Mr. Mayhem Wardlow, who won the Face of Revolution ladder match at Revolution this past Sunday. Wardlow says, "I spent too much of my life helping someone with their own dreams. Little did I know I was walking out of one to catch and walking into another as I found myself helping Max fulfill his dreams. You will, all I have to forgive me. You will all have to forgive me for associating with such a trash person. But to be very honest with you guys, I grew up very poor at a very young age, and I knew I wanted to be a professional wrestler because I fell in love with it. But I knew it'd be my opportunity to provide my mother and my future family a better life. Max, you paid me well, but it does not give you the right to threaten my family or put your hands on me. And yes, I am still under contract to Max, but I no longer give a damn. And at Revolution, it was my way of showing I am no longer watching Max's back. I am no longer a member of the Pinnacle. I am finally free. Max, I hope you're as intelligent as you claim to be and release me from this bullshit contract. In return, I will wash my hands of you. I would love to powerbomb Max, but I refuse to waste another 3 years of my life. I am not stopping at the TNT title. After years of giving, it is time I take. I'm letting everyone know that All Elite Wrestling is Wardlow's world. We have QT Marshall was backstage with Keith Lee. QT Marshall says, Keith, we have a common enemy, and that's Team Taz. Keith, I wanted you to know that the factory has your back. Keith says, and I happen to have a very large back. I'm good. QT says, Keith, you'll pay for this. AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Champs Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus with Christian Cage versus the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. The Gun Club were watching from the front row. Luchasaurus slammed Max, and Jungle Boy jumped off the top rope for a near fall on Max. Bowens smashed Jungle Boy with a running forearm outside the ring. Luchasaurus took the Acclaimed off their feet with a double clothesline. He tried to double choke slam the Acclaimed, but they rolled out of the ring. Jungle Boy flipped over the top rope and took out Bowens. Back in the ring, Luchasaurus splashed Carter with a standing moonsault for a near fall until Bowens broke up the pin attempt. After some interference, the Acclaimed found themselves in charge. The Acclaimed were using tandem offense on Jungle Boy. Caster hit the mic drop for a near fall. Luckily, Luchasaurus was there to break up the count. Caster isolated Jungle Boy inside the ring, and Bowens almost pinned Jungle Boy after a combination bomb. The fans chanted, "This is awesome." Bowens distracted ref Aubrey Edwards. Caster went to hit Jungle Boy with a steel chain, but Christian Cage grabbed him and pulled him back out of the ring. Jurassic Express pinned the Acclaimed after the Doomsday device. Who can beat Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus? Asked Excalibur. AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator match. We have ranked number 1 legit Leo Hirsch versus ranked number 2 Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa took down Leah with 2 arm drags and then a drop kick. Leah countered the Fire Thunder Driver, and then stomped on Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa retaliated with lariats to legit Leah. Rosa drilled Leah with a drop kick and then a northern light suplex for a near fall. Leah suplexed Thunder Rosa and then put on the ground in pound attack. They jockeyed for position on the top turnbuckle, but Thunder Rosa got the better of it and suplexed Leah. Outside the ring, Leah pulled a steel turnbuckle hook from beneath the ring, but Red Velvet ran down and pulled it away. Thunder Rosa finished off Leah Hirsch with a Fire Thunder Driver and pinned her. Tony Schiavone has a huge announcement next week. Thunder Rosa will face Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for the AEW Women's World Title in a steel cage match. Title versus streak. TNT Championship match. TNT Champion Spanish God Sammy Guevara versus the Men of the Year Scorpio Sky with American Top Team's Dan Lambert and All Ego Ethan Page. Scorpio Sky has been on a 1-year unbeaten streak. Paige Van Zandt was watching from ringside, which she is now All Elite, apparently. Sammy and Scorpio trade strikes. Sammy rallied back with a corkscrew drop kick. They brawled outside the ring with Sammy driving Scorpio Sky into the steel barricade. Sorry. Sammy pulled a table out from beneath the ring and set it up. Sammy connected with a thrust kick and then placed Scorpio on the table. Sammy climbed to the top turnbuckle and attempted a 630 senton, but Scorpio Sky moved and Sammy smashed through the table. Tay Conti ran down to the ring to check on Sammy. Sammy was pointing to his ribs. Tay Conti and Dr. Sampson helped Sammy to his feet. They wanted to bring him to the back, but Sammy pushed them away and got back in the ring. Sammy spat at Scorpio Sky, like spit on him. Scorpio unleashed a series of wicked knee shots of Sammy's ribs. Scorpio Sky threw Sammy through the ropes. Paige Van Zandt got in the face of Tay. Scorpio nailed Sammy with a backbreaker while Tay looked on concerned. Sammy fought up to a vertical position and smashed Sky with a forearm. Sammy jumped off with a double springboard into the cutter for a near fall on Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky tried for the TKO, but Sammy floated out and drilled Sky with a GTH. Sky rolled beneath the ropes. Sammy went for the shooting star press, but Sky lifted his knees up. Lambert jumped up on the ring to distract the ref. All Ego Ethan Page jumped up on the ring apron, but Tay Conti pulled him down. Paige Van Zandt speared Tay Conti outside the ring. Scorpio Sky finished off Sammy with the TKO and pinned him to become the new TNT champion. And new TNT champion Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky has the distinction of becoming the first AEW wrestler to hold the AEW World Tag Team and TNT champions, noted Excalibur. After the match, Scorpio Sky rammed his NXT championship title belt into Sammy's head. Page connected with a high kick to Tay's head, knocking Tay out. Paige Van Zandt pulled out her AEW contract. Paige placed the papers on the back side of Tay and signed her AEW contract. Catch AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam on TBS next Wednesday, live at 8/7 Central from Freeman's Coliseum in San Antonio, Texas. Don't miss AEW Rampage this Friday, airing at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on TNT. And remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. That's all your full results of AEW tonight. Stay tuned for tomorrow night. We will be doing our, Impact. We won't be doing Raw, SmackDown, or AEW Rampage this weekend because I'm going to go meet Matt and Jeff this weekend, this Saturday, where they're going to be. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you guys do not miss an upload here on the channel. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.